Leonardo da Vinci log. Well, with that said, all of a sudden, we've got ourselves a crazy amount of with all that said and done. Now I've got this gigantic dinosaur on my for myself for the time of being. この胸に抑えることになったのだ。とんでもない大yeah. And so with that said, I would like to tell my I would like to ask my I would like to tell myself in the past before race shifting in this area. I want to let them know that while you race shift, what awaits you would definitely be a Stegosaurus's baby that you're going to pick up, and then all of a sudden you're going to be appointed as a parent. Don't worry. Stego is does like us. I can't believe what I'm writing. I can't even believe myself even now. But Stekun, since it's Stegosaurus, it's going to be called Stekun from now on. But Stekun is super cute, and it always keeps looking at us with those puppy eyes, and I can't say no. I can definitely see for certain and feel that Stekun is a real thing, not fake. It's a it's a living creature that's living in my on my hands. The fact that it would eat vegetables off my out of whenever I feed it to it, it's definitely it clearly proves of its existence is not merely a fake nor figment. I'm quite excited for this circumstances at this very moment. Ecstatic even. I'm very emotional and at awe at the sight of what I'm witnessing in front of me. Oh, no. I'm going a little too far. These diaries or logs needs to be kept short and simple. Because if that's not the case, I'll probably fill the entire database with how great Steno, aka Stegosaurus child, is. Alright. Well, with that said, I'm off. Gonna be having fun now. A failure is what she would say that she thought she has done. This land that was so massive. These cries that would echo throughout the sky. Enemies, friends, foes, all these living things running around muck in the island. In order to run away, in order to survive, or in order to figure out what's really going on with herself. No matter what the cause was, the girl decided to start running, started to take off on foot. She would run, and she would continuously run. Her body is gaining weight due to fatigue. After all, her body was not made or suitable in order to run a long distance. She would look down and she would see other small animals, small creatures zoom past her left and right, and she would be at awe and she would be jealous of how mobile and nimble they are. 生き延びることも難しくはないだろう。It says with a size like that, she knew that they were able. It wouldn't be hard for them to survive in this harsh environment. それでもどうにか彼女たちは空から降り注ぐ炎を抜けてそこへたどり着いた。No matter what the cost was, the girls were able to survive the flames that would fall upon from the sky and reached this place. Yes. But unfortunately, their good luck or their lucky charm ends there. As if this was truly their dead end, and they've also realized. She would think, but no matter how fast and how much she thinks about it, the time flies, and her impending doom slowly creeps in. She would think and think. She would think that there's gotta be something to do. So she think as hard as she could. And so she took an action, and that is what she did. Because in the back, in the very underneath, nothing, 何もならないと理解している。Yeah, even though in the deep down, she would realize that it will be a futile effort that she would resist for. Within the trembling ground, the girl decided to make this final decision. Miss Da Vinci, what's wrong? Hey, I think you are asleep. What kind of dream did you had, I wonder? Well, I don't think it was like that, but, yeah. I wonder if that was a dream. Was it a bad one? I wonder. I bet what that was the Dino's mom. I think that was Dino's mom's perspective, what she was dreaming. Because remember, she said she looked down and she was jealous of all the critters that was running past her, right? And simultaneously, she has a big body. She escaped the fires from the sky, which is the meteors, right? And she realized that she was at a dead end when she reached the island. So I'm pretty sure that was just low key the Dino's mom's perspective. And you know how you could see servants' dream slash their past life. I think Da Vinci is just witnessing the Dino's mom's past life. Well, it's a little blurry, so I can't really remember it all. But oh well. Let's take this day. Yeah, let's take this day and let's take another day of this wonderful time to enjoy ourselves. Ah, yes. Scrambled eggs and crisp bacon with a salad with toast on the side. That will be our today's breakfast, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, it's very it's very amazing, very England like. Good work, chef. You got good arms. こちらには白米に果実魚の well done で shut the fuck up. I love her so much. She's just like, I would like to have some it's essentially she wants apple juice, But she describes it as the nectar of the fruits that is colored. Yeah, that comes from the whiteness of the fruit. And I would like to have the dried fish well done. And Godorov's like, yeah, that's impossible. What? Come on. They look, all of them look so delicious. The yeah, the food looks good too, and rice looks nice as well. And this bacon toast is delicious, I bet. See? I know. Ah, glad you're feeling energetic this early in the morning as always. Wait, can I get a second, new director? Can I get a second? Yes, you may. But there will be no seconds for the bacon. After all, every time we make these bacons, my bacon gets targeted by that little ruffian of a furball over there. You better secure yourself, and I better secure my supply before it eats them all up. So essentially, Godorofu is saying that you can't have seconds on bacon because Godorofu can't make the bacon until the very end. And so he has to secure his spare as well as his own because fucking Fokun is gonna slide into the DMs and try to steal his bacon. And so Godorofu is just like, my breakfast is in danger, I swear to you. And fucking Fo's just eating still. And it says, I think this is kind of great. Sitting around like this and having a wonderful fun wonderful cheering mood at the dinner at the breakfast table. It reminds me of the time when I had my sisters and brothers eating together in the dining room and were quite rambunctious all the time. It says, yeah. Since I was in a nice place. It was a little bit more refined in this, but I believe it was a little crazy and rowdy as well during some time. This is eating food with multiple people is a great thing, don't you think so, Montecarlo? Yes. Wanted to give answer, but realized that he wasn't called upon, therefore Blackbeard did not reply. Masta, you got a minute? And then you got two options. That says, yep, I can definitely agree. Eating with multiple people is quite fun. And says sometimes eating alone is good too. Yes, I agree, but huh? Look, Senpai, I have this potato right here. Would you like some? Here you go. So essentially, Mash is using her fork. I think she's using her fork. It's either fork or chopsticks. And she's trying to feed us some potatoes. Just open wide. Says, hey, thanks. Yum, 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 yum. Here you go. It says it's a little embarrassing, isn't it? It says, hey. And jealous Anastasia is jealous, chat. Yep. Essentially, Mash giving pro tag to Noms. There you go. Anastasia, little jelly. Okay. It says, we gotta go, Achilles. We gotta watch this from the sideline. It's gonna get rough. It says, I got you completely. But should we should we even enjoy the scenery we're about to witness? so so Blackbeard and Achilles figured out this is gonna be a fucking war. So they too realized this and then picked up Montecarlo, who has zero fucking clue. It's like, what's going on? And so I think they're sitting next to Monte Ricardo to kind of watch the entire event unfold. Here you go, master. Here's a toast. Now open wide. Oh god, there's gonna be so many shit shoved down our throats. It's delicious. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, here you go, Mustad. Take this one. Take this one. Senpai, this one too. Oh my god, yeah, we're just getting force-fed. We're getting, like, force-fed. That's right. Harlem Protag getting infinite fed loop. You know how we're being fed, right? You know how babies getting fed? You know how couples and lovers feed each other's food? I don't know if anybody made the art yet, but right now they're in the infinite. Protag is in an infinite cycle where she is literally eating from left, right, left, front, and right. So it's going from Anna Corday mash, Anna Corday mash, Anna Corday mash. Ah, it's the infinite loop. What on earth are you doing? I couldn't say no to them, so. It says you look like you're full. You're full to the brim, boy. Fine. Girl. If you're a girl, he calls you a girl. If you're a boy, he calls you a boy. It says here, I brought some stomach medicine, aka like Tums and other shit. It says I've got a spare, so take some with you, just in case. Why? Why do you say I have them? In preparation, of course. And I know that you're always getting into trouble, whether it's spirits or the physical condition. With that said, then, with this, let's check out this map. Well, check it out. It says, has anybody have seen this map before? Does anybody else know what it says and what it means? Yep. We've went back and researched them. Researched the town again, but they never really talked about anything except this one. The first map that we obtained. Yep. It was the map that located where Stechon, aka Stegosaurus, is. Was. Yep, sir. Yep. It says, yep. In the very end, we technically accidentally stumbled upon that cave too, you know. From here on out, this map is an unseen, unknown territory. Truly mystery. It would have been nice if Karudia can support us and analyze it, but... my goodness. Out of all the times that this, was it council advisory? Yeah, aka he's talking about Holmes. If only where Holmes was here, it would have been quite... yeah, but, Holmes is... Maybe, so essentially he says right now he's puka puka hua hua Yume kokorochi dewa. Essentially, Blackbeard is saying, isn't he having a great time, relaxed and chillaxed? But if you don't know what this also means, Blackbeard's like, isn't he getting high right now? And then Marno Ricardo is like, I think that's a pretty safe word. What does that mean? Nothing. So Anastasia doesn't know that, Holmes like to smoke that good kush, And so Blackbeard's like, yeah, Holmes be tripping balls by now. And Marno Ricardo's like, I think that, some people would get it, some people won't. And then Anastasia didn't get it, and Marno Ricardo says, please don't remember that. It says, well, he's not here, so he can't be helped. Let's think of it. Let's all come up with something really nice. The reason Holmes not here is because it's this is a Singularity F and not Season 2. That's kind of the reason why, so you can't really put a sus on him. But I do like the fact that if you beat the game, they do talk about Holmes not being here, and Blackbeard just told us that he might just be chilling in his chair high as fuck right now. Yes. Then let us deduct from any, let us deduce any information we can extract from this map for now. Master Light will do her best to be the, aka Watson. Here we go. First, number 1. This is a map near this location. Somewhere around the Caribbean. That is definitely a information that we definitely should have and should know before we move on. Well, if you were to say this is a map of somewhere in Russia, in actuality, it'd still be quite problematic, It says, you want me to head up? It says, well, I think you're the only one who's capable of doing this, yes. It says, yeah, with the Singularity already being settled in, obtaining the map for the first time and the experience from the others, now getting it out from the nest, I think we got the right information, and I think we can continue on with that precedence at hand. What should we do next? Yes. Thanks for the follow. Number 2, that this map is not wrong. Number 3 is if we were to follow the rules of this map, we are guaranteed to get into the treasure. I really like this. This is really good for new players and anybody that is a mystery fan. This is slowly but surely kind of creeping up on Holmes. Because I think it's about to tell you 7 to 10, and there is a 10 grand rule of mystery. I think there's 10 commandments. Yeah. There's 10 commandments when it comes to detective fiction. And it's created by I forgot what's his fucking whatchamacallit. And Ronald Knox or something Knox. And this will play a big role into battling mysteries. And this happens during Mehosol, aka when the event when the event with Jalter and whatnot kind of started. This is a precursor. This is kind of like a preview of what's going to happen when you're going to have to fight mysteries slash riddles. This is going to be very interesting in the future and how they're going to implement this. This is going to be like a quick, easy tutorial on how to solve mystery FGO style. But in the future, shit's going to get fucking big brain. So essentially, MASH is explaining the basics, saying that this map is somewhere in the Caribbean. 2, this map is not tampered with, therefore there's no false information on this map. And 3, if this map is correct, it would lead us to the treasure if we follow the right path. It says those two plus the first point must be all in correlation, and we have to have 100% guarantee in order for these rules to set in place. Meaning that all three of those has to be checked off before this map is reliable. But yeah, I guess. But it says what happens if this entire island was nothing but a lie and a facade then? Then if it were to be the case, yeah, we'd be stuck and nowhere to go. Well, technically, we'll have the classic route, right? We'll have a classic route of we misinterpreted the map as an option, though. It says yes. It says there might be a possibility for that to occur as well in the worst case scenario. So they're just trying to deduct that this new treasure map that we found in where the Stegosaurus baby's nest was, they're trying to figure out if it's reliable, if it's this one, if it's fake, if it's planted, or if it is a ruse. Because number 4, the text that is written on the map is quite important, as of importance. There is texts and scriptures written in the map, not on the first map, but the second map. That makes it very important. I believe that's the very important part that I want to weigh upon. But I don't understand this word. I am multi-languaged in many I am multilingual, but I still do not know what that is. It is not English, nor Spain, nor Russian, not Japanese, nor Chinese. Is there any human out here that can decipher or decrypt this wording? You're still a long ways to go, Gufkun. Now, let me see that map. I got you covered. Okay. I don't understand. Oh, well, it says, yeah, it sounds about right. I like how I like how Say's like, give me that. Godorov, you still got a long way to go. Stares at it. No clue. As expected. I can't do it either. Me neither. It was not for us too. Let's see. Blackbeard? Wait, can you read this? Oh, well. What would you know? Yep. These are wordings that kind of had to see. Those people who lived in the sea write these kinds of wordings here and there. I kind of got the gist of it. You know, these writings, you see how that is wavy right here? Remember, whenever you're on a ship, these words are going to get scattered. A lot more squiggly than you ever think before. Doesn't matter if you're great at writing. When you're on the sea with a rockin' wave, your writing skill diminishes to nothing. In order to read these type of things, you need to get a little bit used to it. And meaning that Pirate's Life, Pirate's Life definitely coming in handy. Let's see. Honyara Papato. It is, I see. The four corners of the seas where nobody is disturbed. Those who would travel upon those waters. they would step on. Yeah, they would step on my footprints to see what I reserved. Hmm. That's practically the gist of what it's saying. Yes. Wow. So it's like a pirate coding words or pirate language, huh? Is that what it means? It says it says yeah, it's very interesting and intellectual to a certain degree, I think. Hmm. I hate to ask. Did they say anything specific like this location or that location? Hmm. Unya. It says, well, from what I can decipher, it'll be just up to this point. They never really said anything specific. Hold on just a minute. This texting that you've just read, is it a key? Can we decrypt any signs of yeah, can we decrypt any signs of hints and whatnot with that? Like skipping a word, jumping a word, erasing a word, or moving one word of the each letter of the word slightly to the right or left, or maybe the truth is upside down or something like that. Yeah, that's not going to be the case for us whatsoever. Why? Because first, this shitty ass writing scheme, yeah, writing style is definitely was written by a pirate for sure, and nobody else. And you know, you really think that a pirate could do, math, calculation, decode, yeah, putting encrypted codes on a ship? It's like that's completely impossible. That's too much time, and the best they will probably try to do encryption wise is in a poem. So it means that this is a mystery that has a mystery in its text, correct? And it has no further meaning of a secondary backside. It says, yeah, it's definitely going to be worth my time. Now, with that said, let's reread and try to understand what we just heard of what Blackbeard said. So let me reread this one more time. The waters of the four corners. It says water of the four corners, no matter how, no matter who screams, it'll never listen. From what it says, sorry. It's from the four corners of the water. Even though the four corners of water are filled with water, these water can never quench the thirst. Excuse me, I read that shit 100% wrong. And that's why Da Vinci says, "Oh, I see." So that means that around around wherever this place is, there's going to be lakes, water. It's surrounded by water, but for some odd reason, the water cannot be the water cannot be consumed, is what it's saying. It says, I agree. It doesn't seem like there's anything special with that lining whatsoever. So we'll move on to the next line. It says those who would those explorers or continuers who would ride the waters would always would always step on their own footprint. What does that mean? Yes. So Mash like raised her hand and is like, "What is it, Mash Caroline?" It says, I believe it's interpreted as walking. That it. Uh, there's still more. Mash, you got this. Well, it means that this person or this thing cannot enter water even though it is surrounded by one. And with that said, そして一方面から考えるに、水によって歩き続けているのは、両方に水があるからということになります。So essentially, she's saying right here that the reason why it's continuing to walk alongside of the waterway is because there's 4 different water sets nearby, meaning that there's 4 different water source, aka pond, if not a lake. 4 different water sources nearby that treasure. Therefore, no matter what, you're walking your own step. 4方面に水があるからと言うと思います。Essentially, it's saying that north, south, east, west, all around the compass numbers, it's surrounded by water. That's what it means. Yep. And then last but not least, the last word says, yes. It says you'll be constantly following your own footsteps. That's essentially, if you were to follow the waters, you will, you'll end up going around in circles. Is what it means. If you can walk it around, if you can walk it around on a land in an instant that is surrounded by water, the answer is one thing. It's probably a lake. And that is... yeah, it's probably around the lake. It says, yes. The answer is... the answer is it's around outside of the island. Small island. Oops. You got it wrong, boy. Huh? Master, what's wrong? Because we said lake, Mass said tiny isles. It's essentially that decryption word is saying 2 things, right? No, actually 3 things. It's surrounded by water. It's surrounded by water that's not drinkable, right? So technically, it can't be a pond or / a lake, because lake, pond, low key is drinkable compared to the oceans. It's surrounded by a water, all 4 sides, that's undrinkable, which is salt water. Salt waters are technically undrinkable. And it says, if you go around the sea line, you will go 1 lap in a moment, meaning that if you walk along the seashore, you'll encircle the island with an X, Y, and Z. And they said, no matter which way you go, you'll end up being in water, which means that, you know, it's a circular form. You had an option of a tiny island, a lake, and I forgot the 3rd one. And then if you get it wrong, I think Okitan goes, "What's wrong, Musta?" And I purposefully picked it wrong here. It says, "Hey, things happen. Don't worry about it, owner of Musta." Owner, at a time like this, you should leave. You should leave Protag alone. I see. I didn't think Protag and Rengoku was so friendly with each other already. Why does it become like that? I see. Surrounded by all 4 corners of water that cannot be quenched. I see. So it becomes salt water. So it can't be a lake nor a river. Yep. If it's an offshore small island near this area, if we were to walk on water or even travel through boat, it could be pretty easy. And in the end, if you were to follow the seashore line, you would end up reaching your beginning at one point in time. I see. It was quite easier than I thought. And if that's the case, Speaking of which, I did see a small island at the that had caught my eye when I was up in the air. And small island is a little ways from here. And says if we were to use the map as a reference, it'll be right here. Ah, now that we know, let's get our bodies moving, shall we? It's time to it's time to sail out. Oh, says hold on. Wait. Before we do that, we have to pick who's going to stay in camp this time. Then I will be in charge of staying home this time. After all, when it comes to protection and guardianship, I'm very confident at it. Right, Rengoku? Yeah. Besides us, we should have 2 more people leaving behind just for safekeeping. Then I'll take then I'll take this one. I'll set this one back then. Basta. Remember, you can use 1 command seal and I'll be right at your doorstep. Understood. I'll leave it to you. Says, well, then I guess I'll stay too. Even though it might be a short journey, I'm not really good on boats and sailing. It's not my forte. Basta, if anything were to happen, please do call me with your command seal, okay? Vivi will shoot laser beams out of her eyes to help you out. It says, do not worry, Miss Anastasia. Just leave it to me. I have my stock covered. I guess so. It says, oh my goodness. I definitely feel like I'm being doubted here. With that said, everyone, I, Edward TD's boat, and we will be, we'll be going into Queen Un's Revenge. A Queen Un's Revenge ship. And let's jump it all in. Essentially, Blackbeard is,